Hi all, welcome to the channel, welcome to the workshop. We have a FanHome box on the bench. Now it doesn't include kit, so what else could it be? None other than the Delorean. So I've got the next three stages here. I am going to combine these into one video, mainly because there's not a great deal to do with them, and that's how I've done my Night Rider videos, and that seems to work quite well. So we've got those to do, but before I move on, you might notice I'm wearing a brand new t-shirt. If you want to get one for yourself, I do have 10% off at the moment, and you can find it on my YouTube channel and on my store, and you'll be able to get these for yourself. So without further ado, let's get building. Right, so here we are. The Delorean again. So I'm just going to remove that from there. Just a reminder, if you want any of these brilliant plates, you'll go see Mike Lane at Mike Lane Mods, and he'll help you out. I'll put a link in the description for that one as well, so you can get yourself one of those. And again, just to remind you, they are magnetic and removable, just like that. So they're brilliant. So, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to continue the saga. So we've got these. So we've got 3 packs, and we're concentrating on the flux bands on the rear. So as you can probably remember, on the front, I just spin it around, I've got the EL wire just here. So I will do the flux bands as they are in the instructions to a degree. Where things change, I will let you know. For instance, I don't have the 2 LEDs pointing out here. So if you've not done an EL wire mod and you're doing it standard, you will have 2 LEDs poking out of here. But we'll carry on, and as I say, I will point out the changes as and when they are required. So we're going to kick off with issue 104. Right, so in this issue we get a little bit of black tape. We have some IP and NM screws. We have the fibre optic or flexi tubes. We've got 2 of those. We have the top part and the little retaining clip, and we have the little cover here. So the first thing they're going to want us to do is the LED that's there, you would have a bit of tape over it, so we need to remove that bit of tape, and we would then be getting our 2 flux bands, and we'd be taping that to the LED, and you'd have to make sure that when you do that, that the LED is butted right up against these 2 fibre optics, and then we would wrap around the black tape. So we're just going on the assumption that I've got the LED there, and we would just wrap round the black tape on. So we'd have the LED coming out there, and then we have the 2 cables just like this. We then get our block like this. We place it on here upside down, and that way around, and we would place that in there with the LED coming out. So the LED will sit in here with the 2 wires. We would then get our retaining clip, and because it's not on the car, I can show you this in close up. So you've got the two little channels in there. So we need to just make sure that those wires are in those two channels. And then we are going to place this little retaining clip with its little knob pointing upwards, just in like so. And we're going to use two IP screws to secure that in place. Now, as I said, this would be all happening on the car because you will have your LED holding it to the car. But if you've got an EL wire mod, then you won't be you'll be doing this the same as me. What we then need to do is flip that over, line it up with the knob and the hole in the top of the car, just like so. And then we're going to use an NM screw to secure it in place. And as per usual, going into oil, going into metal even, we're going to use a bit of oil. And that's just going to go in to the hole that you can see at the top there. And that's now secured in place, and this cap will then sit on top there and push all the way down. I am not going to be doing that, mainly because very soon I'm going to be taking that apart, and then I'll put my EL wire in there. Just so you can see, this is what EL wire looks like. Now, as you can see, I haven't terminated the ends of this one, so I need to terminate that. I may or may not do a video with me doing that, but for the moment I'm showing you the way it is in the instructions. And right now, that is the end of stage 104. So we'll move on to stage 105, and we have the identical parts pretty much, just for the right hand side, and you can see that this has been noted with an R to show you that it is indeed the right hand side. Just in there. So I'll just spin the car around. And again, I'll go through the motions to get the ends of our two fibre optics. We butt them up against the LED that would be coming out of the top here. And we just take them to the LED and wrap this around just like that. So now we've got that there, we're going to do the same thing again, placing that around, and then just putting our cables in there loosely, putting the LED obviously over. We've got the two IP screws again. And that's just going to pinch those cables in the little channels again. And then another couple of screws. And again, we're going to flip that over, locate it in the holes, and then put the NM screw just in there to secure that on top, like so. And don't worry about these just flying all over the place at the moment, because we're about to tie those up with the next issue. Obviously, again, the little flat panel will sit just in the top there as well. And again, I'm not going to do it for now because I will be taking this apart shortly. And that's the end of issue 105. Now, a lot of people might be dreading this. We have issue 106, and it involves turning the car upside down again. But I believe this is the very last time we ever need to do this. So we've got a few different parts in this one. So we've got some cable tie, we've got this flexible plastic part, and we have a couple of LEDs, a couple of panels, a couple of those bits up, and some more black tape, and we've got a few AP screws. So to prepare for this, we do need to turn the car upside down. Now, if you haven't done so already, I highly suggest you go over to Ian at Partwork Upgrades and get yourself one of these brilliant mats. But when it comes to turning your model over, you get a very nice soft cushion for it to lay on, and if you end up moving it around or sliding it, it's not going to scratch any paintwork. It will just be absolutely perfect for you. So, the car's upside down now, and one of the first things we're going to be doing is grabbing the cables, so one set out this side, the other set out that side, and again I will go through the motions as far as showing what the instructions are doing, but maybe not necessarily what I am doing. So the first thing we're doing is getting the ends of the flux bands and one of our bits of tape, and we are putting the LED just in there, as you can see, and then again butting these right up against that LED like so. We are then going to be folding that around and joining those together just like so. We're going to get this piece now, and this is going to sit just here for the minute whilst we position our LED. Now, it's important not to get these twisted and tangled, so let's just root those a moment. Right, so we've now got those rooted the way they need to go. However, because we're going to be flipping this and twisting it, I believe, let's just double check that. Right, so we're going to be placing the filaments in just like so. Now, this is going to twist over like that, so I would probably, it doesn't say to do it, but I would twist it once the opposite direction. So if you're looking at it from this side, you twist it anti-clockwise, so that when you have this back in, and then this will flip over like this, it will untwist those cables there. So that's the way I'm doing it. Whether that is correct or not, it doesn't seem to say in the instructions. So we've got that there. We've got some AP screws, and we've got the LED coming out the other side. And we're going to place this little cover on here, just like so. And then we've got an AP screw just to go into this larger hole here. Just like so. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So as before, just tracing these filaments. These will obviously have a final tidy up when the bars are put in place. So it doesn't matter if they come out a little bit at the moment or not quite in the right place. What you're really interested in is making sure that they are not twisted and are in the correct location. So again, I'm going to put these two filaments just on the tape there, and then the LED butted right up against that. Just like so. And then I'm going to wrap the tape around there. So again, I'm going to put a twist in. Like so. And we're going to do the same thing as we did before with that LED wire coming out one side and the filament coming out the other side, and then got this little panel that will then secure that in place. And again, another AP screw for that one. Just like so. Right, so now what we're going to be doing is ensuring one cable goes this way, the other cable goes this way, and we're going to be flipping that over, and they're going to go onto these two little protrusions that you can see just here. Spin the car around a little bit. So we've got these two little bits here and here, and I'm going to be placing this over with these holes here. Again, after taking so much care about not twisting the cables, just do ensure that you have got the cables the correct way around when you come to do this. So just popping that on there and on there like so. Now you will have a couple of cables popping out from here. They will connect to the LEDs. They are not my LED cables on this one. They go back to a little transformer that's inside the car for the flux bands, so I will not be connecting these two up. But for now, you need to put two AP screws in to hold this in place. One there, and one just there. We've got two more AP screws to do, and that's going on this black part here, and we're screwing into the rear bumper. You might just need to tweak and twist where those bits are so everything lines up correctly. One in there. Just like so. Last thing to do for these is we're going to be training these cables around this black plastic part, and we will be connecting these up. As I said, I won't be, because they will blow the LEDs with what that will put out. So, and then the cables will just tuck in just like so, and you end up with something that looks a bit like that. Using the black cable ties that came with it, we'll be tying that all along there. And that is all there is to do in that stage. and all there is to do in that build pack. And you can see that's what they look like when it's on wheels. And as you can see, that these filaments should now just follow up through here, and they'll get positioned fully in the next issue when we put the extra guides in. And that's what that is looking like now. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please remember to give me a big thumbs up. With Delorean now looking that good, it's next job for me is going to be moving on to the EL wire. So I'm going to be replacing the clear bands that you see on there at the moment with this blue EL wire. Now this EL wire will light up, and it does look absolutely fantastic, especially when it's hidden behind the grille, because you can see that from the front, what I showed you earlier. I will do a video based on what I'm doing next, which is going to be terminating this EL wire and putting it on the Delorean, and I'll show you how I'm replacing it where the LEDs would have been. You'll see in an earlier video of mine that I've hidden the EL wire transformer inside the car so you can't see it. And again, I will put links in the description below where you can get the EL wire from and the transformer, and you hopefully can see how it's all wired up. Until the next time, please do check out my store. There's a code on at the minute for the early bird offer, so use code earlybird and you get 10% off. I've got hoodies, t-shirts and mugs there at the minute, so please do go check that out. Until the next time, I'll see you around. Cheers.